Yo, 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 this is the FT podcast. We're back in for another Champions League review of the past and we're here with the homie Dahir. Just say
Yeah,
what's
hi
up.
there, man. Nice to be back.
We're here with also Abdul,
Yo,
and
what's
we
up?
got a guest today again who's coming for the second straight episode. Zach,
Hey,
we got Zach, man.
yo, what's up, guys? Glad to be
What's
back.
up?
Yeah.
What's up?
So now, let's just talk about the Champions League. Where do we start? We have to start with Monaco City.
Yeah, no doubt.
And like,
Yeah.
there's no other tie that deserves as much.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So
We
yeah,
could
let's
dedicate
just
this
do it.
entire podcast to Monaco City, honestly.
Yeah. So Zach, you just kick it off, man. What were your observations? Like, what did you notice?
I mean, for the second straight year, just like one of the greatest ever matches I've seen, honestly. Pep Guardiola side going against a relatively defensive team, and it was just magic because you got a lot of players on one side. You got players who like maybe passed it, like Yaya, Falcao, trying to prove that they're not, and you've also got these young talents like Mbappe and Sané trying to
Sterling.
announce themselves to the world. So it was beautiful, honestly.
Yeah, it was a great game.
And I hope the second leg is as good.
And you can really almost think about that game about talk about the last 30 minutes. It was just so chaotic.
Yeah.
The whole game, 10 yellow cards. People also forget that.
Oh,
That's just,
wow.
That's
like
crazy.
That is
intensity.
crazy.
The intensity levels in that game, man, it was something else.
It was like what everyone expected. I think when the draw happened, everyone knew it was gonna be an open
Yeah,
game.
I didn't expect it to be that open.
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously
same
not
way.
that bad.
Not to that degree. It was because that's a Champions League knockout phase. Like,
Yeah,
you just there's always that element of caution.
I was shocked because initially, what I initially thought was I thought like Hardim was a much because remember, for example, Monaco a few years back against Arsenal, they were really
Yeah,
cautious. They were
very
really
compact.
cautious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And every time I don't watch Ligue 1 as much, obviously, but especially the last few years, every time I've watched Monaco, they've been like a counter-attacking team.
exactly.
So for them to
Yeah.
concede 3 goals in 15 minutes in the
Yeah.
second half, that was mental.
They lost all forms of shape. They lost in those last 30 minutes. They lost defensive shape. Like they
Yeah.
in
You
City
know what I
just
think
controlled
Monaco
the
tried to
middle.
do? I think they really were desperate to kill the tie right there and then because with so much confidence and to an extent I think I can blame Jardine for it because
Yeah.
Monaco they're usually really good at the back, but I think one or two of their players just switched off in the last 20-30 minutes.
Is it youthful naivete? Like, is that what it is? Just
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
they're just young and they're not experienced at that level.
Yeah,
So
you could say they're pretty raw like when it comes to managing that sort of situation. I think when they were 2-1 up, you could sense they wanted to go for more goals and just kill the tie completely. And
Mhm.
they should have known better than to do that because Man City, at the end of the day, we criticize them a lot for their defensive shape, but they still have the attacking quality of Sane, Sterling, etc. To cause a lot of danger.
De Bruyne. You want to know
Bruyne
what's
as
funny
well.
though? In
Yeah.
the first half, I thought Monaco, just in terms of shape, I thought they were perfect.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
excellent
me
first
too.
half. Yeah.
And the way they pressed, it was
Yeah.
man oriented as always. Like,
It was.
same with
They cut off
PSG.
all the They cut off
And
all the passing lanes to Yaya. Like
yeah,
Yeah, I noticed that especially that like at all
100%.
times there were always two
Falcao
strikers
and
glued to Yaya.
Falcao
yeah.
and
And
what's his name,
sometimes
Kibembe.
Mbappe,
They would yeah.
Mbappe.
just glued to
And
him.
the thing is, though, City could not build because what I noticed, like, and I know he had the wonderful ball over the top for the fifth goal, but
Yeah.
David Silva in the first half of that game, he was literally hiding in behind the zone.
He was.
Because Fabinho was, because I remember Fabinho, instead of tracking him, at times Fabinho would just stay high up to keep the shape, and they would just leave Silva right inside that zone. And it's like City were playing with one midfielder centrally, because KDB, for him to adapt to the shape, he has to move out wide, like to receive passes, and then there's just an onslaught of defenders just coming on from whatever zone, whatever player has the ball, like whoever has the ball, they just.
Do you see the second leg being similar though? Because at 5-3, Monaco are more or less not going to take a pragmatic approach now, because they know they have to win the game, and City, Pep doesn't, he loves to attack as well, so I don't think he's gonna sit for either.
Monaco are gonna be aggressive throughout. That's just, and City will have to be, because Pep says he has his way, his way. It's like
it might be just as crazy. Obviously not 5-3, but just as action packed.
I want to see how Monaco are defensively, because the thing about City. No disrespect to City. One thing I know about City just don't know how to keep a clean sheet. That's what we said. Like,
yeah, not at all. Yeah.
Keeping clean sheets. So I know Monaco is gonna score, but then again, you could also argue City will likely score as well. So
yeah, I would say that.
And just to talk about Sergio Aguero, I don't really think he would have performed the way he did if it wasn't for the fact that Gabriel Jesus was ahead of him in the last few weeks, because
no doubt.
Usually he doesn't step up in Europe, but because let's say there's a point to prove for him again, he stepped it up much better than we thought he would.
I will say this, no disrespect to Aguero, but I would say Subasic kind of contributed to that,
no doubt.
That was clear goalkeeping error. Yeah,
that's urgency,
that
man.
was like
because
Mignolet-esque, dude.
Exactly, what the fuck?
Best example,
Yeah.
Exactly. What was the score at the time? 2-1, right?
2-1.
2-1. Yeah, it was
2-1. Yeah, that made it 2-2.
Because Falcao had missed the penalty prior.
Yeah. Falcao
Think about if Falcao, like, forget his second goal was fucking phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah.
Just class.
So
like,
I was
class
so happy for it.
Class is permanent. Like, that's just what that finish showed. But imagine if Falcao scores the penalty. Imagine if Falcao scores the penalty and it's 3-1 away. Yo.
No, it's over.
I think it's over. I think the tie is over at that point.
Because even if City won that like 4-3, I think it's over, because I see Monaco winning at home.
And that would have been controversial, because City fans also had qualms with the ref for the Aguero one. Aguero should have been. That was a penalty, low key. Like, actually high key.
One thing I'll say about the City's atmosphere is a disgrace, though, for a Champions League night.
God, absolutely.
To be honest, it's really nothing new, because in the last few seasons, that's how it's been. Even in the semi-final against Madrid, when you saw that second leg, you didn't really get the feel it was like a semi-final.
Do you think Monaco's will be any better? Because both of these teams are kind of, new money, to put it lightly. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like mirror of both teams. Don't you think?
The atmosphere was pretty good when Monaco beat PSG. When I watched Monaco PSG.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Monaco definitely has a better
in the first. Yeah, and actually, aren't the fans farther away than, like, isn't there like a track around the fucking stadium?
So.
I swear to God, it's a fucking huge stadium. I just know that.
So it's like the most beautiful, richest place in the world. Like, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how big it is. I'm just, whatever. We're providing alternative facts on the podcast.
Overall, despite Monaco kind of collapsing, I was still very impressed. Because a lot of people were talking about the talents that they have and everything, and I was like, okay, so this is a real test. Let's see. And I thought I was really impressed by most of the players that people were, talking about.
Bernardo Silva, man, look at that dude, player. Man. What a fucking
world
baller,
class.
Man.
Yeah,
I'd agree with that.
Like, I don't know, like it's almost. I know this is a very weird comparison, but it's almost like, you know, when a team that isn't really good possession wise, they need a player to relieve pressure from the whole team
Yeah.
getting the ball. Sevilla sometimes, like, they do that with Vitolo. Like, they just give
Yeah.
the ball to Vitolo.
Oh
and
yeah,
he,
Vitolo is their best player.
Vitolo, yeah.
Yeah.
So with like Monaco, they just look for Bernardo Silva if they're in trouble, and Bernardo Silva,
Of course.
the ball is just glued to his feet, man. It's beautiful to watch. Just
Dude.
close control,
He's unbelievable.
everything. Yeah, man. What a
And
player.
Mendy really impressed me. The left back.
Man,
Yeah.
Mendy's
Yeah.
deliveries, man. Oh my god, this dude's.
And he was
oh,
even
his
better
crosses.
against PSG. He was even better, yeah.
He was better against Nice too.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
He really impressed me. Yeah.
He needs to start in the World Cup. He's so good.
Yeah, I think the same can be said for Bernardo Silva as well, because Portugal
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for
didn't
Portugal.
select him. Yeah,
Yeah, they didn't. That's Well,
I
he
don't
just
think-
started
No, he was
breaking out.
him in the sort of the year before that for the under 21 championship. He was probably the best player, along with William Carvalho.
Yeah, Carvalho is my best player for me. But there's
Yeah.
no doubt Bernardo will slot back in. And to think that, I mean, Portugal just won the Euros, and they've got the likes of Gelson and Bernardo playing at this level. I mean, that's going to be a scary team for Russia.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
A Champions League experience this year, both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both. Yeah, exactly. The question is in the defense, but I mean, that's another story.
No, they still have a good back four. I
Still-
mean, you have Pepe.
You have Pepe. Well, Font, I don't know. Maybe he might
Yeah, but-
decline.
It's probably aging.
They're old,
Yeah,
man.
but-
They're old
Yeah.
as shit. Yeah.
The thing about major
Pepe will still
tournaments is
start, but
Yeah,
yeah.
But honestly, some of these old center backs, man, they be killing it. Because I remember
Yeah,
Mario
that is true.
Yepes at the World Cup at 38.
oh my God,
He
so
was-
good.
yeah, 30,
He
yeah.
was putting in some performances. Mario Yepes.
Yepes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Marquez, too.
Marquez from Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
Marquez. Yeah. Oh, Marquez still kills it with the
Yeah, he still
Mexican
does.
national team. Yeah.
But who is Pepe going to be motivated after like a year in China? You know, is he still going to be at the top?
Man,
of his game?
Pepe's Pepe, man. Like,
Honestly, players
That is
for,
true.
for your country, you're always motivated. In my
Exactly.
opinion,
Maybe,
Good
yeah.
point.
Yeah, I
that's
think it's
true.
going to be a big issue for him.
unless
Like,
you're
wherever he
English,
plays
unless you're
football.
English, you're always motivated.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Fonte starts. I could see Semedo cracking into that lineup, honestly. Both of them, both the Semedos.
Yeah, and they've got Guerrero, they've got Ruben
Oh, yeah,
Neves,
so
Guerrero.
good.
Oh man, Guerrero, man, he'll be
William
a center back by that
Carvalho.
time.
He's kind of dipped a little bit for Dortment, but
Yeah,
at the start of the
he's-
season, he was
Well,
But that's
really
because of
good.
the
Yeah,
injury. The injury kind of.
Yeah, true.
He kind of tailed off after the injury.
Yeah, definitely.
and
Yeah.
you've still got veterans like Nani.
Yeah.
I don't think Nani will start.
No, but you can bring him off the bench, like.
Oh yeah.
And Quaresma. Yeah.
I wonder if Adair will still get called up. They probably
No,
should
no,
out of
no, I don't think
respect,
so.
But yeah, I know, because Andre Silva and Getch are performing at such a high level, but I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I
So now that
Yeah.
we've divulged into the Portuguese national team back to the Champions League. So let's talk about actually City, like how City performed.
Yeah.
I think we maybe said enough about Monaco.
Yeah.
City showed great mental toughness, man. Like,
They did.
I know that's an American ass thing to say, but no, they showed mental resilience. Like,
Yeah,
being
they have
down 3-2 to score 3. How many did they score unanswered? 3 unanswered
Three, yeah.
goals.
3, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, the thing about City is that nothing surprised me about them, though. Like, the same defensive problems. And then they're great going forward. They can score a shit ton of goals. But, you know,
Well, last year Bayern scored 4 unanswered against Juventus. So
True.
I mean, it's just Pep is an underrated motivator. You got to respect that. I mean, I'm
I
sure.
thought,
he
you know, to be
said-
honest, I thought Monaco brought the best out of them because they were playing at such a high level in the first half that
Yeah, that is
City really couldn't be at that same sort of rhythm, if you like. They had to step it up.
yeah.
I mean, I think the problem, I said it before the match too, the problem with City's team is that they have so many liabilities off the ball. Like in midfield, especially in midfield, Silva is pretty useless off the ball.
Silva and De Bruyne, like De Bruyne, go back, but sometimes De Bruyne, he's not a central
Yeah,
midfielder.
Yeah.
Positionally, they're
and
going to be
even
some
Yaya
fucking
off the ball. Yaya off the
yeah,
ball, he's not
yeah,
gonna offer you
and
much.
yeah, you're leaving Yaya isolated pretty much. So
I think that's pretty much what's going to cost them if they get past
And
Monaco.
even
And
Aguero,
let's say
like,
they meet up. Yeah,
even Aguero doesn't have the hamstrings to press really.
Yeah.
It's
that's-
just they.
but
Aguero
Aguero
was
was so
decent
important,
at
man,
tackling.
because Aguero was their only outlet.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
vertical passing.
Yeah, no doubt.
What Aguero was doing was just dropping to receive
Yeah.
because what they were trying to
Dropped
do is
so much.
they never used Yaya in build up pretty much because he was
Yeah.
pretty much man marked.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Stones and the fullbacks had to advance the ball right
Yo,
to
to be
Aguero.
honest, I think that's
It's
where
pretty
City need to
apropos.
strengthen the most.
Yeah, it's pretty apropos. Fucking Abdul mentioned Stones and the fullbacks because man, Otamendi is the biggest clown. Man, what,
Yo.
dude? He is
Yeah,
a
surely.
clown. He is a fucking
Argentine
clown of a
small
center
and
back, man.
sons.
But I
This
don't know what
dude
happened
is
to him.
off. I don't know if we saw the same dude at Valencia, like, because this
Yeah,
dude right here is
it's sort of similar
fucking
to
off.
Mustafi as well. And
He's
No,
so
but I
bad.
Otamendi's
thought
definitely worse.
you know what I thought. I thought
Yeah.
What
Otamendi
Mbappe
gave
did to him, man.
yeah.
Dude,
then
he
Mbappe-
ended his career,
then-
man.
It wasn't even that big of a fucking like a fake. He just acted like he was
Yeah.
gonna cross, and then fucking Otamendi just falls to the floor. Like, this dude is a clown. Like,
Because what I initially
Yeah.
thought was like Otamendi gave Mustafi a career, but now I can't tell like how did they work together? It doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
exactly. I
Yeah.
can't tell. I think
doesn't
that
add up.
I think that Nuno probably gave both a career to draw back to Portugal because I mean Felipe and Marcano are not that good center backs, but they're doing well at Porto. So I think that he just found a good balance, and now I don't know if Otamendi can make it at the top level. I don't know if Mustafi can either, by the way. But that's another question.
oh man,
Yeah, Mustafi's just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
I
low
think probably
key,
Otamendi because he's been more inconsistent when you watch
low
City.
key, we gotta.
They conceded 4 goals at Everton, 4 at Leicester.
Yeah,
It's
that
just
is true.
True.
yeah.
I think
I
low
don't know
key
who
we
I'd
should
say.
cut Koscielny some slack because Mustafi is
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah.
He is kind of a one-man.
because
back line.
when he left and they could see it and Bayern scored that many, damn.
Yeah,
Like,
you gotta respect that. Koscielny pockets Lewa a lot, honestly.
Yeah, he did. To an extent, he did in that game. Up until the injury. Of course.
For me, if City go through, I don't see them going forward. To be honest.
No,
nah,
same.
the next whoever they
Really?
meet next round is slapping him up.
Yeah, that's.
Unless
I mean, they're so because when
To
you
be
have
honest-
midfield. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
To be honest, I think I agree with that point. But if City do say, let's say, meet one of the winners between Benfica or Dortmund, then
Yeah.
maybe they have a chance.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Other than that, I don't see any.
Yo, City been
about
really
Sevilla?
lucky the last 2 years, man, in this Champions League.
Mm. Yeah, but
Honestly, they deserve it. Remember, they used to get really bad draws like before.
Yeah.
yeah,
I guess
they got
the
like
luck kinda-
Madrid and stuff, and like they got
Yeah.
Madrid and Dortmund same like. But like I mean, like I said, never underestimate Guardiola. He's
No,
not
but
gonna go down.
there's only so much he could do. I mean, you have players
Yeah,
that
no
are pretty
doubt.
useless off the ball, and then even your back four is horrible. Your center backs are retarded. Your goalkeeper is not consistent. I mean, there's
I
so
mean, the thing with
Yeah.
Pep
One
is
of these
it's his
games,
first
bro.
season. Yeah.
Yo, one of these games, man, Silva's gonna have to collect the ball deep and help, man, because they didn't have a midfield that first half. I'm telling you.
They really didn't. Yeah.
I think
did not.
Silva's finished at the top level.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
Yo,
finished, but he's sort of declining. Yeah.
The 5th goal, hey, he.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that
because
was their
everyone
best
was
goal. But
everyone was like, "Wow, Silva, what a ball!" But he was hiding from the ball for the 90 minutes, pretty much.
I would rather have Lallana over Silva, by the way. Just putting it out there.
at the moment, probably, yeah.
Nah, y'all need to chill with that. Like,
I mean, it's not overall. It's not based on overall talent. It's just based on
Yeah,
their
not overall,
performances
but at the
this
moment,
season.
this season, for sure.
fair
Yeah.
enough.
Do you guys want to move on to?
I can see Pep bringing back Nasri and playing him there.
Yeah.
In that Silva.
Do you guys want to move on to Atleti?
Yeah, let's talk
Yeah,
Atleti
sure.
Leverkusen. So yeah, that's wrapping up with City Monaco. Great tie. Hopefully the second leg will be a banger. So now, Atleti Leverkusen. I'll pick up from this game. Abdul, did you?
I mean, the two center. I mean, Savic is a clown. That's the first part.
He is. I swear.
Leverkusen are. I mean, Leverkusen really disappointed me. I don't watch a lot of Bundesliga, but I expected much better. But for me,
They
I
were-
think yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, I don't know. I think some of these teams, I think English and Leverkusen, they just stuck to that German football identity of just.
Dragovic was such a clown. He's been good this season, but he was.
Yeah,
so
Dragovic
bad.
was the worst player on the pitch easily.
definitely
For
The
me-
center back for Leverkusen.
For me, Leno is one of the most underrated keepers
Yeah.
out there.
He's been like that for
Yeah,
a
no
time.
doubt.
Yeah, he
kept them in the
probably needs to
game.
leave.
Liverpool should have gotten him. I don't know why they
Yeah.
didn't get him instead of.
No, but to
Kieran.
be fair, at the time, Karius was actually sort of really good for mine. So it was like a dilemma that we had.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
And
it's-
Leverkusen,
It's so
yeah.
weird though. Like Leverkusen's defensive shape was all fucked. Like, because I remember on the first goal, Wendell, their left back, he just charges up like no reason whatsoever. So Campo has to cover his space,
Exactly.
and then somehow Saul gets the ball. Saul beats Campo, who's not really in the position. He's not really in a
Yeah,
position
he just
to tackle
cuts inside.
Campo.
To be honest, he's very
Exactly.
underrated. He has performed, really
No,
well.
Campo was
Yeah.
good that game, I thought, but once Campo,
He's
because he's covering
great.
for Wendell at that
Yeah.
moment. Yeah, but once he had to cover for him in that moment, it was over, man.
But
Leverkusen's shape was all
Yeah.
wrong. Like,
yeah, the first thing you have to talk about is Gamero. He's in scary form right now.
yeah. Oh my gosh. That fucking when he took advantage of the defensive
Yeah,
and then he just took the ball.
nutmeg
Because
the
You know,
guy.
his
Off
awareness.
the-
His awareness for Griezmann's goal was really good as well.
Yeah, like he just looked in. Yo, that's just like good link up play. But best link up play was Jovetic this weekend.
Yo,
Yeah.
my boy.
Yeah, that's
But,
elite link up
yeah.
play.
Yeah, Gamero's he's like Vardy, but with a bit of football in him. Not just...
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah,
But I
He's
will say
fast
that I
as
think
shit,
Bayer
man.
is. Yeah, Bayer is too rock and roll for Champions League. I mean, they've got like Kampel RMG's pivot. Have you ever heard of anything more insane than like two attacking midfielders playing in a pivot with two attack-minded fullbacks and two attack-minded wingers? I mean, and then you've got like a ball-playing center back who doesn't really know how to defend. That's kind of crazy. But I mean, I respect it, but that's crazy.
Yeah, and they just go gung ho without the ball. Like
Exactly.
yeah. I've never seen a Bundesliga team that doesn't press.
it's crazy.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
so insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bayern
but
isn't that good.
But Atleti, man, they look good, man.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
guys, I think Atleti might make another final.
Yeah, you know, I predicted Atleti to win the Champions League this season.
You
but
did.
they-
You
they-
did.
Yeah, but there were some spells that by them
It's
in terms.
it's
in the
all
sense
about
that
peaking
when
out.
they, yeah,
Yeah.
because
it
now
is.
it's
They
like
always
sort of the
peak
business
with
end of
that.
the season. So yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think because, I mean, if they beat Barca this weekend, then that's it. They're lifted and they're back really. And then because no one wants to play them. I mean, in the next round they can beat anyone.
I think
Yeah.
they beat Barca.
You know, if you look back on the game, yeah, I think Leverkusen could have equalized, but then I think
Oh
Felipe
yeah,
Luis,
Felipe
Felipe Luis made a very good clearance off the line.
Yeah,
as
for-
well.
guys, I'm gonna say something maybe controversial, but I think Felipe Luis
Go
is
for it.
one of the best fullbacks I've ever seen of all time, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
No,
I
that's
agree.
not a bad thing to say, man. Like
That's not a bad
No,
shout, honestly.
yeah,
He's so
because even last season, like against Barcelona in that tie, he was playing
He
at
was
a,
Atleti's best player.
He was
last season,
unreal.
and he's-
he was
yeah.
doing some otherworldly shit. Like
I don't know
World
what.
class against Barca, world class against Bayern, world class
Yeah,
against.
I don't know what
Yeah,
Mourinho. I don't know what
so-
Mourinho was sniffing, to be honest. I mean,
yo,
Yeah. How it
Mourinho,
didn't
he
work out
sniffs
for him at
coke,
Chelsea, I don't
man. It's been established already. Like we saw it. Like
That's why Tosin's first team is PSG and not United anymore.
yo, chill, man. Like United Ultras. Yo,
Nah.
and the right back, what's his name? The Croatian guy was unreal. What's his name?
Vasilico?
Sacco, yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's
He's
the new
great.
fullback that's replaced. What's his name?
Juan
Juan
Fran,
Fran,
yeah.
yeah.
Fran, yeah.
I loved him at Sassuolo. Now he's really done nicely.
Yeah.
That's a great way to replace Serna for Croatia.
So, but like now, what I want
It
to
is.
understand, because I didn't really watch the game, I didn't get a full understanding. But what I'm is it like, what's Atleti's like? Who are their two middlemen? Is it Gabi and
Koke.
Saul?
Yeah, Gabi Koke.
Gabi Koke.
Oh,
Saul
it's
plays
Gabi
Usual
wide.
Koke.
too, basically.
Saul plays wide. Okay.
And
Because
then, yeah.
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 All right.
I
Who scored-
remember you telling me, Tosin. I remember you telling me after the loss in Milan last season that Atletico have to switch to Gabi Koke pivot. It's been too long, and it's worked wonders for them. It's been probably their only
Yeah,
saving
like
grace this season,
that's
really.
yeah.
Remember at the
So complete.
remember at the Allianz Arena last year, they were down 2, and then they were down 2 goals. Simeone takes off, I think it was Augusto for Carrasco, shifts Koke
Yeah.
right next to Gabi, and they score
Yeah,
a
that
goal.
was a brilliant tactical change. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
And that's why they played it. That's why they made the Champions League final pretty much. That substitution changed the
Yeah.
game, you know.
It was 1-0 actually, not 2-0 at the time.
Or it was no, I think it was 2.
Because
Yeah, it was 1-0. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah, you're
Lewandowski
right.
scored the second, and then they were
You're right.
searching for the third. Yeah.
But I mean,
but
concluding
that
this-
pass by Koke to bypass the
Exactly.
first wave of press.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
it
the
was-
difference between Koke and Thiago or Augusto Fernandez, really.
Yeah.
Because once that 1-2, that quick 1-2 with Torres, it was beautiful to watch, low key. Like just
Yeah.
quick snipe, and then
Yeah.
yo, give Griezmann some credit, man. I know he gets hate for the big game fuck ups, but he's performed in a handful of big games, man. I'm actually
Yeah.
I'm switching my
No, he's a
opinion
top class
on
player.
him.
He's a top class player. Yeah.
No, what I don't get, okay, I'm not the biggest fan of Griezmann, but I don't understand when United fans say that they don't want him. He would be
You
their
know what,
best
man?
player.
I was in that camp, but man, I'm off that shit, man.
I mean,
If we can get
Griezmann
we get him immediately.
Griezmann is an automatic, like 25 plus goals a season. So, I mean, how can you
Yeah,
say
He's
no
very
to that?
versatile as well. He can play, just behind the striker as a second striker.
Yeah,
on
man.
the
Just go
wing.
4-4-2. Griezmann behind Pogba. Sorry, Griezmann
but
behind.
but it is quite
Ibra.
funny
Ibra, my
of a
bad.
fan base of a team to say that they don't need Griezmann when they're not in the Champions League. It does make you wonder.
I know, man. Like
Yeah.
niggas
Yeah.
be trolling. Like that's just how it is, man.
Yeah, they
But
got
I would
the
rather
best.
get like Weigl than Griezmann, honestly. I know that
In
might
terms
be
of
my hipster
probably,
talking,
yeah.
but I mean, I think they need to replace Carrick above all. Their attack is great.
Yeah.
Griezmann would definitely be, the cherry on top, but I would focus on replacing Carrick. Maybe if you can get Herrera out of the starting 11. But yeah, and
Herrera's
also,
Yeah.
captain, though.
Yeah, that's enough
What's going on
United
with the
talk.
left
That's
back?
enough
Like, I
United
feel like-
talk. Like I'm
Yeah,
already
just
sick.
that's true.
just concluding the whole Atleti thing. I mean, what really surprised me is like these guys have some weapons.
They do. It's such a.
I
stacked
mean,
squad.
Carrasco, Gamero, Griezmann, Gaitan,
Saul.
Saul.
Speedy ass players on the
Correa.
on the outside.
Correa. I
Yeah,
mean, they
yeah.
have options. That's a stacked team, you know.
Yeah. To be honest,
Yeah.
even if it wasn't stacked, you could always trust Simeone to just, bring the best out of what he
Yeah,
has.
I mean, this
He's
team-
so skilled at that.
I'm not sure what happened to them. This team could have won the league this year, especially with Barca struggling, and we haven't been impressive.
Yeah. I think the
You
defeat
have.
to Madrid
No.
kind of put them off a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we ended their season, like their La Liga hopes at the Calderon. That 3-0, they couldn't recover from that.
The Ronnie hat trick.
Yeah, they're sort of battling for fourth place right now. But even if they
Yeah.
don't get it, you get the sense that they could win the Champions League.
No, I think they'll get fourth because Villarreal dropped off.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I think it was Sociedad that lost to Villarreal. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So okay, that's Atleti and Leverkusen done. We got to talk Juve Porto, and pretty much a comfortable
Yep.
evening.
Yeah. Speaking of
Oh.
tactical changes, yeah.
Look at Allegri,
Yeah.
man.
Max Allegri.
Max
Respect him,
Allegri,
respect
man.
him.
Gotta give him
Yo,
credit.
man. The master tactician.
Respect
man.
him.
Yo, Bonucci comes up to Allegri criticizing his tactics. Allegri tells him, yo, chill. You're banned. You're banned for a game.
Drops
He
it.
didn't
Yeah.
say
I'll
chill.
take
He
that
said
shit.
something a lot worse than chill.
Yo, yeah, probably a lot worse. He's just like, yo,
Yeah, he
I'm not
called him
with
a
that shit.
dickhead.
I ain't with the,
Yeah.
yo. I'm with the shits, Benucci. Like, you don't want it with me, bro. Just a game.
Benucci is a gangster too. This man, like, he like chased two guys who were about to like shoot
Oh yeah,
him. Like,
rob him.
this man
Yeah,
is no like, you know,
yeah.
fake
That's
thug, like,
it's true.
Yeah, Italians are fucking mental.
Yo, those just two
they're
fucking
mental,
testosterone
males.
filled. Yeah,
Yeah.
testosterone.
And Juventus
filled.
are a problem.
Yeah, man.
They are.
Bro, wait, yo. We need to talk about this.
They're one of the favorites, actually.
We need to.
Yeah.
Yo, I've been saying
because
they're
I need
gonna
to
win
give
it
this guy.
since
I need
last
to give
year.
this guy. I need to give this guy a lot of credit. And yo, Pjanic played very well.
Yeah,
He was
He did.
absolutely superb.
he actually controlled the game. You know.
He controlled
did.
the game, and I gotta give. I think that what does that mean for Marquisio? Is that just like maybe
Marquisio
it's an away
comes
game?
back in
Was
the
it
team and
situational?
replaces-
Nah, he does not
He
replace.
comes
Khedira.
back in the
No
team
way.
and replaces
No
Khedira,
way.
no doubt.
Khedira's leg work? No way. He replaces Khedira.
For me,
I mean,
you know what I
There's
would
so much
do?
industry in that
You know what
midfield.
I would do? With the new 4-2, they're playing 4-2-3-1 now, right? So you have Pjanic,
Yeah.
Khedira, and then drop Mandzukic and play Marquisio on the left.
Nah.
I don't think-
Nah.
Marquisio doesn't have the
Mandzukic-
legs anymore.
Like Mandzukic
Yeah,
can act
there's
as
no-
a second. He can act as a second striker, like to Higuain.
Yeah, but
and
then
then
your
Dybala
left flank. How are you gonna do? What if
that's the thing. We actually pre-hangout. Me and Zach were just talking about this. Sandro dominated
Yeah,
the
exactly.
left flank by himself.
Yeah, but what if he's
Like-
going up against like
Dude, he
Robin one game?
does.
Okay.
mean, no, but
yeah,
that's the
but then
problem, like-
Mandzukic is so good tactically. That's what you need to understand
Exactly.
as well. Like
exactly. He does so
he's
much.
so good,
defensive
yeah.
work.
like-
So you're trying to tell me Mandzukic is gonna track the other winger?
Oh yes.
I mean, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Man,
mean,
he will.
his
he
work
will.
rate is
I'm pretty
crazy.
sure.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I trust him.
Let's see. I'm not sure about that.
nah, I trust Mandzukic. Name a better defensive striker than Mandzukic in the world. Just I can't personally.
I
Um,
think Cavani's one. Loki, Cavani's one.
Maybe
Cavani,
Cavani, but
yeah.
I think Mandzukic is
Yeah.
better personally. Look how much tracking he does. Look how much pressing he does. And that's also you got to achieve balance that way because Sandro isn't amazing defensively, but with Mandzukic, on the left, he can balance his attacking duties with his defensive ones. So I think that's a
Yeah.
key factor.
It's not as bad a tactical shift as I thought. So it
He
worked.
performed really well against his club. And
Yeah.
but if you look at Porto, from their point of view, I think Telles cost them that tie. Like in a sense,
Oh,
that he
yeah.
got sent
It
off.
was
Well,
over
Lion,
from
there,
because Lion was terrible once he came on.
Yeah, he was
Who?
even worse. Yeah,
He was worse than Tellez. Like Lion,
Oh,
Dude,
okay,
so
the
bad.
replacement.
Miguel
Yeah.
Lion,
Yeah, the Mexican.
man.
But I think like talking about teams that are peaking, I think Juventus are definitely peaking
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
perfect time.
yeah.
They look like Champions
They're
League
the best
favorites.
team of 2017.
Then-
I don't think they've
by far.
have they even
They're not
lost?
only winning. but
No,
they're also
they've
winning.
won every game since they switched to
and
4-2-3-1.
they're keeping clean sheets too.
Yeah, they
which
have
is
they
so
conceded
impressive.
since? No, I don't think so.
They may have, I think, maybe, but it's pretty minimal. I mean, they're
Yeah, I
doing
Yeah,
think
they
it was just
conceded one
Palermo.
goal. One goal
Yeah,
to
one goal
Milan.
to Palermo.
One goal to Milan or Palermo.
Palermo it was,
Yeah, Palermo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
No, they've been the best team of the year.
I mean, my two ties that I really want to watch this year are Juventus Atleti and Sevilla Atleti.
What about a
Phew.
rematch of Juventus Madrid? You got some
That-
ties to what?
If
Yeah,
not,
I think
I mean,
Honestly,
I'd rather
like-
drop Benfica.
Yo, honestly, man, I just want Monaco to beat City so bad that if we had
Yeah, me too.
if we had that non-Premier League 8,
Yeah,
like
Which
it would
wouldn't
look
be a
like
surprise
it
at
would
all.
look so good. It would actually look so good. Like the matchups
good.
would be so good.
But to
like,
be
from
fair,
the-
I just think it's beyond Monaco right now, in a sense that they've conceded. Like they did
Yeah.
score 3 away goals.
yeah,
but
yeah, no,
I just don't
agree.
see. I just
agree.
can't envisage Pep Guardiola going out in the last 16. I just can't.
Yeah, it's-
Dude,
Yeah,
screw
man.
the Premier League. This is all about Guardiola and nothing more, dude. Like Guardiola is taking a team with like Otamendi and Caballero to the Champions League quarterfinals. That is like a historical achievement, bro.
No, I've seen, I've seen,
Not,
I've seen much
I wouldn't
better.
say
We've
historical,
seen
but
worse, man.
I know
We've
what you
seen
mean. They
worse.
do have
Yeah,
flaws.
I don't know.
I've
I
seen
mean,
much better achievements.
we saw that Cypriot team like go to the quarterfinals back in 2012, like Apoel. That was pretty crazy.
Oh
But I've
yeah,
seen much
then
better
Madrid
achievements. And
dicked
I
them.
mean,
Yeah, Madrid.
he
Madrid
still has
obviously,
Aguero.
obviously Madrid would drew them. Like,
Of course.
fucking
exactly,
hell.
that's
Like,
Uncle
obviously.
Uncle Flo.
Uncle Flo, man, coming through all the
Madrid will probably
time.
draw like Benfica.
We're getting
against
Benfica or the winner of Monaco City because I think that's pretty easy too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, those
Uncle
are your
Flo has
the
already
easiest
prepared the check
possible
to-
easiest possible matchups, man. Uncle Flo always there. Like,
Dude, Wolfsburg quarterfinals, City, Roma. What a joke.
What are you saying? What are you saying? That's tough.
nah.
That's
Honestly,
tough.
Abdul,
That is
Abdul,
the worst.
real
That
shit,
is the
real
easiest.
shit.
Yeah, that was
That
quite.
was
Yeah, that was
tough.
quite an
Twitter-
easy road. I'm
on
not gonna
Twitter,
lie.
like
That was very tough.
I low key fuck with Madrid, like I always, but
You
man,
do,
I cannot deny, man. Last season, that run was absolutely pathetic.
biggest fluke.
That was
that was a
Biggest
weak
The
shit,
biggest
man.
club. You got the second
Yo.
biggest club in Italy, the second biggest club in Germany, and the,
Second biggest club. No way.
and the biggest club in England. So
Oh,
And then
And
we
to be
played-
fair,
yo,
that,
I'm
that
dead,
City
yo.
semi-final was like very easy for Madrid, even though they won 1-0.
Yeah,
It
like,
That
didn't
was-
seem like
bro,
it was
Look
tough.
at these
Bro, that
clowns
game,
of
that second
coaches
leg-
he went against too, like
Yo, that
Pellegrini, who's off to China. Who I don't even know who Wolfsburg coach was last season, and like Spalletti. That's just a joke, bro.
yeah, and then that
Europa
second
League
leg,
at best.
Yeah,
Bro,
it was
that
due to
second
Hecking.
leg-
Yeah,
that second leg at
Yeah,
the
hecking,
Bernabeu, that second leg at the Bernabeu, man, City could have stayed there for like 800 more minutes and they wouldn't have scored.
They wouldn't
Yeah.
They
score.
wouldn't have scored. Like, that's how fucked it was.
Exactly.
yeah, it was just such a poor
Yeah.
performance.
Yo, it was so funny. Like it was actually the easiest. I mean, that was probably
Yo,
the most one-sided semi-final.
But you know,
PSG
just to
fucked
put
up,
a little
man.
bit of
PSG
respect on the
fucked up.
Champions League this season, I don't think
Yeah,
no matter who Real Madrid draw, I don't think it's going to be as easy as that anymore. 'Cause,
No doubt,
You've got
yeah.
so many teams now with different tactics, different ways, ideas of playing.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I think this Champions
Yeah.
League will be a war. I think the semis and final are going to be amazing. Even quarters
there's
are
no
going to be
clear-
I think
winner.
quarters will be amazing too, bro. I think
Yeah.
quarters
Yeah,
is
they
going to be
will.
something special. Yeah.
yeah.
because I'm expecting I'm expecting big ties like Bayern, Juve, Atleti Madrid, Juve.
Oh.
Like,
Like,
yeah,
there's
What about
just so
Sevilla,
much shit.
Benfica?
I expect at least two big ties. But no, we'll probably get Benfica. But I'm talking about the other teams.
Yeah, you probably will.
Yeah.
to be honest, I think Dortmund still have a chance.
I mean,
probably-
Dortmund are shit
Oh
though.
no, they do.
Like
No, but
I'm
if
not
you watch
scared
that
of
first
people.
The
leg,
thing about
obviously-
Dortmund is though, like, yeah, no, the thing is that, yeah, Dortmund situationally should win, like, but like they're just so
But
they're
don't
just
win
so
against
naive.
Madrid. I don't see them winning in the quarterfinals.
Dortmund, they're a really easy draw for us, in my opinion. I mean, they got really lucky
I
in the
mean, look at
groups.
that defense. That's pathetic.
Their defense
That-
is
that
pathetic.
backcourt.
I mean,
It's because of Bartra, man. He's
Europa
so
League quality,
bad.
son.
but
Who?
I mean, they'll always
Bartra.
give you a game, but I know what you mean.
Bartra was probably man of the match, by the way, against Benfica. But I agree. I agree with you.
Maybe Dembele. I think Dembele was really good. Aubameyang was
Really?
just so many chances.
Yeah, he was. so
actually,
bad.
I would love to draw Sevilla. I think that would, because I think we would end them at the Bernabeu, and then the Pizjuan would just be like a
To
walk
be
in the
fair,
park.
yeah, if I was a Madrid fan, I wouldn't want to draw any of the Spanish teams because they know each other inside out. So and Sampaoli is
Yeah.
a really good tactician as well. So
No,
Sevilla
but we
over
would
two
beat
legs-
Sevilla. Come on, 2 legs we would beat
they
Sevilla.
could, yeah, I think they'd beat
I fancy
Sevilla.
Real Madrid over 2 legs as well. But yeah,
I mean, they'll beat us at the Pizjuan maybe, but then at the Bernabeu it'll be.
I think that one team,
Yeah.
the 3 teams Madrid should be avoiding: Juve, Bayern, and Atleti. Like,
Yeah, I
you
agree
could say
with
the same for Bayern as
No,
well.
Atleti. I wouldn't be scared of Atleti. We always beat them in the Champions League.
Come on, Atletico
Abdul, I
Madrid.
think you need to chill with
No,
this
you need to
Madrid
chill,
standard.
no,
They're the,
man.
they're the
No,
best
if
team
it's
in
a
the world.
final-
They're the best
No,
team
no,
in the
no.
world.
Final,
no
I'm
doubt
with
about
you.
it.
If
You know
it's a
how I
final,
feel.
I'm
You
with
know,
you.
look.
If it's a
You know how
final
I
with you
feel.
over 2 legs, nah, man, that shit.
You know, look. You know how I feel
They're
about
the best team in
Madrid.
the world. Give them a break, man. I mean,
You know how I feel about Madrid, right?
Yeah, I
I'm not
know,
even
I know,
confident.
but-
I'm not even confident,
Yeah,
right?
I see
But
that.
I honestly think we would be Atletico. Like,
I think you would too.
I think
mean,
we would
it
lose
depends,
to
though.
Juventus or Bayern maybe, but I think we would be Atletico again.
I don't know. I mean, I think this might be Atletico's
Over 2
turn.
legs,
I think they're
it's
gonna beat
50-50
you.
because right now you have Madrid in a situation where they go the league, whereas Atletico have less
Exactly.
to focus on.
Exactly. So lose. They're
I mean, imagine if it happens though.
Zinedine Zidane as well.
Yeah,
I mean, imagine if it happens. That
Yeah,
would be 4 straight years of us.
Atleti are taking this Champions League seriously, man. Like they wanna.
oh, they are.
That would be 4 years of.
I think Atleti make the semis again. Honestly,
I mean, it all depends on
That's-
draws, really.
Finalists.
But
Who
Bayern
are
as
your
well, I
4
think, if
semifinals?
they get it.
my 4 semifinalists: Atleti, Juve, Bayern, Madrid.
Mm.
What
think
about you,
I
that's
Sam?
would
what it
probably
is.
agree with that at the moment, to be honest. But no, I actually think I.
But
see
then again,
Bayern-
you might want PSG. PSG played so
yeah,
well.
I see Bayern drawing Atletico
Yeah.
next round. Honestly, I think. I can
But
see
they've
one
already
of them
faced in the
teams.
groups. Like
I think
Yeah,
Atletico.
maybe,
It's so
Would,
difficult. Yeah.
I think Atletico would beat them again.
Nah,
I
not
think
this
so
time.
too.
I don't think so.
I think so
I
too.
mean, really?
I think they could. Yeah.
They could. It would be a great matchup.
I
no
saw
doubt.
Schalke put on a masterclass at the Allianz. I think
Kolasinac, bro, finest Bosnian in the world.
Bentaleb,
I think the
man.
only reason Atletico
Dude,
would beat
so
Bayern
good.
over 2 legs is probably because of Simeone's record against Ancelotti.
Dude, I
Yeah.
love. Look,
Impressive.
I love.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's-
so
Yeah.
true. That's a good point. Good point there.
Yeah, because when he
But
was at Real
Ancelotti
Madrid,
beats
I
him.
think
Ancelotti beats him 14-15 though. Like when it
And
matters.
Yeah, just the
Ancelotti
once,
is
yeah.
a world-class CL manager. You got to respect his CL
Yep,
record.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe he's washed up. I don't know.
If we knock out Atleti again, that would be 4 years of knocking out Atleti out of the Champions League. 4 straight
Yeah.
years. That's
Unbelievable.
crazy.
But I think Atletico will win if you guys face. That's just me.
Yeah, I would go that way as well because I think Real Madrid have, the problems that Zidane has, with squad rotation and whatnot. They've got so many issues there that Atletico Madrid.
Juve, I don't know, man. Juve
Yeah.
just seems like tactically, they just seem a level above everyone else. Like
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt. I think
Juve,
PSG are getting
by far.
overrated from that performance. By the way, 'cause
Juve are like
this team-
Juve are like the really they're like the most. I don't know. They look like the smartest team.
The
like,
toughest team. I would hate to
And
face
tough.
Juve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got so many ways of playing Juventus. That's the
Yeah.
thing, and they don't get enough praise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wow.
like even though he didn't score Dybala, man, he's so fucking dangerous.
Yeah,
Like,
he came close. I
so
think he hit the
dangerous.
post, but
His
yeah,
shooting technique is
his
just
all-round
crazy.
play is just brilliant.
yeah, like the
Exactly.
the combination play with Higuain before the defender came in last second. Like it was in the first half. Like
Yeah.
he just returned it with his right foot into the half space for Higuain. Like just those like little, and then when he hit the
I think
post,
it would say
right
a lot
before
about Allegri
halftime.
as a manager if he can win the Champions League with this Juventus team, because a few seasons ago they were really stacked in midfield when they reached the final in Berlin. They had Pogba, Vidal,
Yeah.
Pirlo.
Yeah.
They even had Tevez, if I'm not mistaken. I think. They had Tevez as
Ironically,
well.
you want to know what's funny?
Yeah.
Conte told the board. I got this from some Minaruzuki chick from Twitter, but like,
Minaruzuki,
yeah,
Yeah,
like
she blocked me,
said
by
that.
the way.
Yo, she's actually unreal. Shout out her.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yo, shout out to Mina.
But yeah, she said that Conte told the Juve board that I can't win the Champions League with these players.
Really?
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
I
he
saw
said.
that.
Like,
Yeah, I
these
saw that.
players
He
are
got
they're not good
depressed.
enough. Like, I need more.
Yeah.
Like, I can't get. And then Allegri takes the team first season, takes them to the Champions League final. Like, obviously that's gonna
but
fuck your ego. Like,
Yeah, but
You know, why
Allegri.
Conte
Let's be
quit?
real. Allegri was kind of yes, sir.
Conte quit because of Iturbe. Because when Roma signed Iturbe, because Conte wanted Iturbe, and now Iturbe is like the worst player in Italy. So I don't know. I guess everything works out for a reason, but it's a pretty funny reason to quit, honestly, because of Juan Manuel.
From what I
Iturbe.
understand, Conte quit because, like, yeah, I mean, that summer was kind of like the nail in the coffin because he kept asking for a lot of players.
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
they wouldn't get him the players.
Marotta let him down.
Yeah. So
Beppe Marotta.
I mean, Marotta
Yes.
never lets anybody down, though. He's the best director. in football. I
whoa,
gotta respect
chill.
him.
Sal better
Yo,
not be
better.
listening to this.
Yo,
Oh my
Maybe
God.
yo, Self
okay,
gonna kill
Monchi
you,
is
bro.
better, but besides
Monchi.
that, who is better than Marotta?
It's Maji.
It's Monchi. It's gotta be Mon. Yeah.
Maji Nation.
Monchi.
Maji.
Okay, fine. Respect Sal.
And
respect
Leonardo,
Sal.
Leonardo, even though he's without a job right now, but
Yeah, Leonardo was pretty damn good.
Yeah. Nowadays
I
they
wonder
have
who's gonna pick him
Clive.
up.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like Kluivert. I would definitely take Leonardo at Barca. for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh man, he
100%,
makes
yeah.
so many
So
savvy buys.
Dude, he got like Verratti for 10 million. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bargain of the century, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Verratti is probably better than Xavi. Like, let's just.
All right. On that note, let's move on to
Oh,
a
no,
different
no.
topic.
All right, let's move on.
Sevilla.
Sevilla, Leicester.
Sevilla,
Honestly,
Leicester.
there's not much
Sevilla.
to say about Sevilla, Leicester. Like,
Well, Ranieri.
Yeah, there's
Like,
a lot of, not much to say, but I would, yeah. We
oh
can
yeah, let's talk. Let's
address
actually
the
talk about
Ranieri
Ranieri.
issue, yeah.
Let's talk about Ranieri, man. I thought winning the league gives you equity. Like, that's really what I thought. But
You know, I have a
not-
different view on it, Tosin.
Not
Let me
according
just
to the
expand on it.
ethos. Not
Really?
according to the ethos of modern football. So I guess it's
Yeah.
different.
You know, when he was sacked, the initial reaction was something emotional, something sentimental, saying that he won the league, he should be immune from the sack. But I have a totally different view on it, because we're assessing the team from this season, and if you look at their squad, it's good enough to finish 10th, maybe at least in the top 10. And to be fair, he lost the dressing room. He didn't have a plan B.
Yeah.
It was the right decision to sack him, because
But
the club
why
pumped
now?
so much money.
Why now? After
No, I
one
know
of
the
results
timing
of the
isn't good.
season-
The timing isn't good, but you can see that he was given a lot of time. So
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
understand why you sack him now, because you just got like a pretty good result you can work with, and maybe even knock out Sevilla. And you know, you got a lot of new players who are
yeah, I
performing
think that's
at,
the only issue, because the club do look a bit silly doing that. Because
Yeah.
if you remember
Yeah.
a few weeks ago, I think they announced a statement saying that they were behind him. They were fully behind him. You know, similar
Yeah.
to what Chelsea did with Mourinho, and then a couple of weeks later, he's gone. Pretty much, he's gone.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, I think they should
And I
have.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the thing with Ranieri, man, like, I guess it just wasn't meant to last. I heard he was having issues with the hierarchy within the club. You know, the players,
Yeah, exactly.
the top players. I heard. So if there's tension, like, you're always gonna side with the players in that situation, and the manager's toast.
Yeah, but you know, it wasn't just them being in a relegation battle. It was the manner in which they were losing games, like just so comfortably. They had no
Yeah.
shape. They had no shape in defense, no shape in midfield.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember a
literally
press
everything was going wrong.
conference. I think I remember a press conference with Ranieri where he's like, I've given them 1 chance, 2 chance, 3 chance, 4 chance, 5 chance.
Yep,
I
that's
think
the
I'm
one.
gonna start.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm gonna start switching up.
But
Like, I'm gonna
but
switch
guess
it up.
what, Tosin? Nothing has changed since that press conference, because
Yeah.
Exactly,
he
because he
continues to
played
be
Vardy.
loyal.
He played Vardy
Yeah, he
and
continues to be loyal.
Mahrez against.
Yeah.
You have to though.
You gotta
like, come
drop
on.
Drinkwater and Albrighton and like Fuchs. Like, I mean, you got all these young players like Mendy and Chilwell ready to come into the team. Why do you keep
That is
on?
true.
You know, all these players are trash. I mean, honestly, besides,
Yeah,
yo,
they
I
are.
mean, with respect to Mahrez and like maybe Vardy on form, none of these players would ever get into like any of the other like 10 teams
But
that
this
Yo,
might sound
Daddy-
controversial.
Daddy
You know-
Simpson is the worst right back in
You-
the history of the game.
Yeah.
Dude, worst right back in Premier League history. Not even
Yeah.
winning history. Worst right back in Premier League.
The same can
history.
be
I'm
said
just
for
saying.
Morgan as well. He's absolutely.
I mean, watching
awful.
my TV yesterday and just watching the Champions League music, and then seeing Morgan,
Wes
Huth,
Morgan.
and Simpson on my screen.
Lord, man.
Yeah.
That is.
I was
Mark,
like-
Mark, no, dude, Mark Albrighton, bro, the cross merchant. Like,
He's the
he's
worst
playing
player I've ever
Champions-
seen in my
bad.
life.
He's playing Champions League football. Like, that's crazy.
You know, he was actually mad when Ranieri took him off. He was
That's-
like, yo, why are you taking me
yeah.
off? I was like, yo,
That is
get
no
off my...
shame, bro.
I was like,
Yeah,
you're
to be fair, he
fucking
shouldn't have started
shit.
him. But there you go. That's his loyalty to his players.
And Damara is pretty good. I think he needs to start. I mean, if there's one positive coming out of this, is that like Damara and Chilwell and you know like
Yeah, he was good at
that's
the
definitely
AFCON.
true.
He impressed me at the AFCON.
Yeah.
they need to drop every single English player. Like, I mean, they're all besides maybe Vardy.
You know,
they're
you
all-
know, you know, in the first half,
Yeah.
Leicester's whole team completed like 65 passes, and then Nzonzi completed
But-
60 passes.
But to be fair,
Yeah.
we kind of expected that, didn't we? The way,
no,
yeah.
actually,
Yeah, you did.
Nzonzi and Nasri at the end of the game, and Nzonzi and Nasri combined for more passes than the whole Leicester team.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can
That's
definitely see
actually
that.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, but like, did you see that? Like, they had their front line, who was just Vardy, and then this like 30 meters of space.
Yeah, and they were
And then there's their
pressing.
midfield
Yeah,
line. Like, what
yeah.
the
I
fuck?
saw that like picture 30 times. Like it was just awful. Like
Like, damn.
It was like playing soccer at school, and then
It was back.
feel-
It was back
Exactly.
against the wall.
it's like
shit.
you've got two guys that have
The
a lot
funny
of
thing is-
energy, so they're chasing the ball, and then you've got like the
Yeah.
fat people at the back just waiting for the ball to come.
Would y'all like to see Leicester stay up, or do you want them to be relegated now?
I don't really give a shit, to be honest.
No, I don't give
you
a
know,
fuck.
to be
either.
fair, I don't really mind if they get relegated or not because it's like it's got pros and cons to it. If they do get
Yo,
relegated, then
we
it's not
need.
good for
You
the
know
league.
what we need? We need a Hollywood biopic of Claudio
Of
Ranieri.
Ranieri. Yeah, we
Like,
do. Low
We need that low key. Like,
I mean, all I care about is that Leicester don't fluke something against Sevilla, because watching them in a Champions League quarterfinal
no,
would
no,
be.
no,
They won't
no,
now.
no,
I'll say
no,
Sevilla
no.
win like
See,
5-0.
No,
like if that
No,
happens, man.
the only thing I think the only
Sampaoli,
thing
low-key.
the only thing Leicester will fluke is probably on Monday night. But other than that, I don't think they're gonna beat Sevilla.
Probably, yeah.
They're not
I
gonna
would
beat
agree with
Sevilla.
Tahir there. I think they might push
Yeah.
Leicester there.
I mean, because like 0-0 Vardy 1-on-1 and he scores. I mean,
Yo, honestly though, sacking Ranieri first game without him, the players revitalized up against Liverpool. Yo, some shit might happen.
Yeah,
Maybe.
nah. Yeah,
But
I'm
aren't
expecting the
Liverpool
worst,
in good form?
yeah.
They just beat Tottenham. I mean,
No, we're not in good
Nah,
form, to be
Liverpool. I
fair.
think
No,
Liverpool
no.
will smoke them. I think Liverpool will smoke them. Like Leicester.
We
shit.
haven't played for over 2 weeks as well, so I think that should be an advantage by itself anyway. And looking
Yeah,
at Leicester's
exactly.
shape, I mean, it would be a travesty if we don't beat them by at least 2-3 goals.
Yeah.
yeah.
So Sevilla, Leicester, that's done. Yeah, those are all four. Let's delve into La Liga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We
for
have
sure.
to talk La Liga and Madrid, Valencia. What a game that was.
yeah.
what a
The
game.
first 10 minutes, Madrid looked like they didn't know they were playing a fucking game. It's like they didn't know they were playing a match. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually tuned in.
can
I actually
I
tuned in
speak?
as soon as Zaza scored, and I was just shocked. You know,
actually, no, the
to see him replay.
Zaza goal came out of nothing. Like that shit, no one expected that. Like unreal.
Yeah.
From him.
Okay, can I,
Nobody did. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Abdul,
Go
you
ahead.
go. Yeah.
yeah, I want to say, okay. So first of all, Varane is a clown. Like, I don't want to see him on the pitch again. Any clown that tells me Varane is better than Pepe, I'll spit on you.
Dude, I'm
Second-
Yo, Abdul, chill. Wait, just one before. On the last episode, we were praising Varane.
No. Forget
So-
about it.
We
I'm
gotta-
gonna delete it.
we
I'm
just-
gonna
we-
delete
we-
it.
we-
now.
we-
Guys, I have a
that.
confession. I have a confession.
I thought he
that
was.
obviously
Yeah.
a few years ago. I was one of his biggest admirers for Varane when he came through the scene, when Mourinho started to give him his debut. But as the years have gone on, you know, I've been less of a fan because we've got
I've
to be
never
objective.
seen a player
Yeah.
decline like that. I mean, I thought he was becoming good, but maybe it was just because like we were. I mean,
Just
the guy
the
is
hype.
just honestly, he's just a pace merchant. Like the guy is fucking shit. Like
dude.
his
Yo,
touch,
you
man.
remember
I
when, like,
mean,
dribbled past Atletico's entire team.
Yo,
That
he-
was crazy.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Wasn't that 14-15?
Yeah. that
Oh
was crazy.
man, that was crazy. He fucked the cross up though.
He did. Yo,
But-
but here's the thing though, like, and this is a greater problem I think with French defenders. They're just so soft. I think like Laporte, even like Umtiti,
Yes,
they
I
just
agree.
aren't
Yeah.
as tough as like South American defenders. But I mean they're great on the ball, but when it comes to like actual defending and physicality, they leave so much to be desired unless you're like an Atletico player like Lucas Hernandez or Theo, you know?
That's interesting, but like with Varane though, like I think he's physically, I actually think he's unreal. Like I've seen him bully Ibra
He's
off
just
the
not
ball.
tough though.
no,
He's
but
just not
sometimes
tough.
you see people. Sometimes you watch him and you think that he belongs in like women's football or something. Because like,
No, but
like,
the thing with Varane is he panics
I mean-
in certain situations.
He does.
I mean, one time you just have to put your foot in there, and he just watched. I mean, I can't even explain it. Like,
What was he doing dribbling up
even
the line
conceding
like
a
that?
penalty isn't that bad, yeah.
I mean,
Like, did you
I
see
mean-
like the build up to Munir's goal? Like, what the fuck was he doing? Like,
Dude,
what was he
no,
doing?
it was a Munir cross, right? Or no?
No, it was a Munir finish. The second
Oh,
goal.
really?
he's so
Because-
bad on the ball.
Yeah.
He's so bad on the ball. Like even small.
Was it Munir that scored or was it Oriana? I think it was Oriana, wasn't
I
it?
thought it was.
I'm not gonna front. Like, maybe I'm tripping, but
Yeah.
Honestly, he looked just like Smalling. He looked like Smalling on a bad day.
No, I think Smalling is
Dead
better
ass.
on the
I'm not
ball.
even
God.
kidding. I'm not kidding. That's how Varane looked. I'm dead ass.
Dude,
Okay, but
That's
He
like-
looks
in
like
that
that
game,
so many
yeah.
times.
I don't want to blame everything on Varane. So let's get to the let's get to Zidane's substitution.
Let's get to blaming Zidane instead of Varane and the other French fraud in front.
Like
Who?
Zidane has so much quality at
I'm
his
kidding.
disposal. Why is
Okay, first of all,
Because-
why are you starting James instead of Vasquez when you have no width? Because in a game like this, you don't want your fullbacks to fly all game, right? Because Valencia
Yeah.
can hurt you on the counter. Nani can hurt you.
Yeah.
They have a lot of players that can hurt you, so you don't want to get all your width from your fullbacks. You should start Vasquez so he can give you a bit of width, and then he starts James. James was dog shit, and then the first substitution was Bale for James. Okay, that was fine, right?
Yeah.
But then, I mean, someone explained this to me. Vasquez for Modric. Can someone please explain what he was trying to do?
I have no idea. Yo,
That baffled me. You know, as soon as I saw Modric going off, knowing that Madrid needed
I thought that would
to-
have been Casemiro.
probably needed to win.
yeah, why don't you
was
just put
really
on Kovacic
baffling.
if you're taking
No, Zidane is gay for Casemiro. Like it's
Dude.
for sure.
But then
I'm not-
again, I think Casemiro he just offers that defense.
yeah, but he was so bad.
solidity.
He was
No,
so
but
bad
he,
yesterday.
like in terms of
need to bring back
interceptions
your
and
inside, dude.
defensive actions, he was okay. I thought.
No, he was horrible,
But
man.
Abdul, I have to ask, do you think he started the likes of James because he thought it was a midweek game that, you know, he needed to freshen up the
I
squad,
agree. And it's
or
Valencia too. They're having
Yeah,
such
but-
bad-
Yeah.
I think-
No, it's
not just
No, I knew it
Valencia.
was actually before the game. I knew we would not like. I mean, if you asked me for my prediction, I would say we wouldn't win because it's Valencia. They always show up against.
Yeah,
us.
Valencia. It's Valencia.
yeah, I have to say, yeah.
They
They're the
always
scum
I
of-
thought their fullbacks
yeah.
were really good.
Yeah, they're scum. They
Cancelo
could-
and Gaia, they were really good.
That's like the
scum.
World Cup final. That's the World Cup final, pretty much. Every like, that's the thing. Like that substitution doesn't make any sense. So what happened is that you had Bale on the right, and then you had Vasquez overloading. So they would just get into each other's ways. You're like, and Bale Bale didn't tuck it into the box.
I do remember Bale moving to the left, and he was still.
And yeah,
just
we
as-
also have to discuss how desperately Real Madrid tried to fling in cross after cross after cross,
Dude,
because
but
it was
that's
just
an everyday
Let me-
it was just hilarious.
Let me get the stat. Let me get the stat.
Yeah, I
48
saw it
crosses.
somewhere,
I
but
remember it's 48, and they
That is
completed
good.
5.
And only 5 were successful.
Yeah, 48
Five of
crosses
48.
and completed 5.
What is 5
Yo,
of 50? 5 of 50 is 10%. So
They,
wow.
To be honest,
That's-
they made
that's like
Mangala look
about-
like a very, very good defender when he went.
No, Mangala was still
Yeah.
shit, low key. Like,
He's fast.
Yeah.
Besides that, he's not
So-
good.
No, for me, he had to take Casemiro off for Kovacic or even Morata just to throw another body in the box. But you can't take Casemiro. Okay, we lost that game because we were poor in transition, right? I think we can all agree on that. We couldn't defend.
Yeah.
for-
defensively, yeah.
Yeah.
Defensive transition.
and that's
absolutely.
Casemiro's job, pretty much. He did not do anything in transition. I thought he was really poor.
Yeah, but it's not just Casemiro for
And-
one defense.
I thought it was
One-
Casemiro and Cruz, in my opinion.
Come on. Yeah, like,
Cruz off the
it's
ball,
more.
definitely. I don't
Who
think he had
else?
that. Yeah.
No, I have to see the goal again. Because
I
I know he scored off the right side. Was it like
Which goal?
the second goal?
no.
Obviously, the Munir goal. Because it was Munir that scored. Was it?
One sec. Let me remember.
Yo, can we talk about?
Well,
what
the
is
second
going
goal
on
was
with-
Varane just being a clown, to be honest.
Yeah, he lost
Yo,
the ball.
what is going on with Karim Benzema though?
And
What is
yeah,
going on with
actually,
Karim
it was
Benzema?
Varane's space that was exploited. Low key.
Yeah.
So, because that Varane was high up, he was off positionally, and then they.
It
scored.
wasn't his position, though. It was he gave the
Like-
ball away, right?
He gave the ball away dribbling up. Like
Yeah.
he was off. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. I'm having another look at it now, and yeah,
Yeah.
at the end
Yeah.
he just seems to race back,
Then he's
knowing that it
racing
was too
back,
late, and then
and
Cancelo
yeah,
just
and then-
finishes.
And Marcelo was horrible
Oriana, I
too.
should
Like
say.
he got an
Yeah.
assist, but
He was.
Marcelo
He
was
left
horrible.
so much to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to bring back
So-
Hakimi.
So now we're left
We
with
need a new left back. I think.
no. We don't need.
Just to,
We need another
just
left
to,
back.
Just to give rest to him because Cohen Trout is like off to China this summer at this point.
Why is Contrao
Yeah.
not getting games? That
Apparently,
makes no
he's
He's
physically
injury-prone.
finished.
sense. Oh, he's
Dude,
finished.
yeah, I don't get
Okay.
that.
He's physically.
Yo,
finished.
Abdul, what do you think about Karim Benzema this
Injury
season?
prone. It's been
Yeah, Benzema 1 week. I like you watch him
I
and
didn't
you're
think he
like,
was bad. I didn't think he was bad against Valencia. I swear to you.
I mean, he wasn't that bad, but
I didn't think- I
I'm
didn't
just
think-
talking about over the entire season.
overall just inconsistent. Like he would play 2 bad games and then a good
Exactly.
game
I
and
think
then
that
two
sums
good
up
games.
Benzema pretty nicely. Inconsistent. Because
Honestly,
So
yo guys, I
inconsistent.
just saw a
they
story.
know he should be doing more. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Go
saw
ahead,
a story
Joseph.
today. I saw a story saying linking Hazard to Madrid. So,
Wow. That's a
so if
big
you were
one.
thinking, and it was on Sky
That's
Sports.
exclusive.
I swear to you.
I
Like,
saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that means if that were to happen, one of BBC is, there's going to be a vacant spot there, and
Yeah.
you're going to have to predict Benzema.
Benzema is more vulnerable losing his spot, I would say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's honest. That's just the truth, unfortunately. Because
Yeah, maybe Ronaldo will play
Ronaldo's not
central and
Ah.
vacate that space. for
Honestly,
Hazard.
I don't care about what happens in the summer, man. All I care about is that we don't bottle La Liga because
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it would be an absolute travesty. Because the lead they have right now, and I don't want to disrespect Barcelona. I admire Barcelona
Yeah.
at their season.
no, you don't have to
I mean,
admire
it's asking
Barcelona.
for Real Madrid to. Yeah. Well, not this season, of course. It's not this season.
Yeah, I mean, going into this
Yeah.
weekend, it's you're going to Villarreal, and if you don't win, and if Barca beat
Now they play
Atleti,
Atleti, yeah.
then they're favorites in my opinion.
Yeah. And what? How
Yeah.
many?
I like
How
that
many points
transfer,
are you?
by the way,
How
man.
many points are you up by? One. But
Well,
with the game,
if we
with the
don't
game in
win-
hand?
One with the game in hand.
No,
Game
no.
in hand.
One with the game in
If
hand.
we
So
don't
let's
win,
just say you're up by 4. 4 points is nothing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, if we
it's still the race is still.
There's another
on.
Clasico as well at the Bernabeu.
True.
Yeah. I thought that was gonna be meaningless, but it actually could be like this might actually turn out to be a
Goodness me,
decent
man. I
title
really
race.
don't want Lucho to win a title, man, because he's
How
just
many
been
points
so
is
bad.
Sevilla off by? How many points is Sevilla off by?
Sevilla are a point behind Barca.
But guys,
Okay.
can we be honest and just say that I know Sevilla are close, but we just know they're not going to win the league because they don't have what it takes.
Yeah, I don't
to
think
be
they'll
honest.
win
I
the
just
league,
don't
though.
think they have what it
You
takes.
said that
Yo.
about Leicester, bro.
People
You
said that.
about Leicester.
People said that in 13-14 about Atleti.
The thing with Sevilla is I do watch their games here and there, and
Exactly.
Yeah, I watched
they
them
always
too,
seem
man.
to have one or two games,
Ex-
against the likes of Eibar or Espanyol, where they
Yeah,
drop
I think
points.
Sevilla's problem is the center backs. The center backs are
Exactly.
very slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Very
their
immobile.
the last great Sevilla performance I remember was at the Anoeta. So
Yeah.
that was big.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
I
was
Patrick.
agree.
class. That was, yeah.
No, but they were
4-0.
great yesterday, but I don't think that doesn't count really. They were really good
Yeah.
yesterday, but that doesn't count.
If
Yeah.
Longlet doesn't recover in time, I mean, you got Rami and Pereira who really aren't that good.
Yeah, Lenglet, that Clement.
Yeah, I'm very
Lenglet, he is
impressed
so
by
good.
the way.
He's
He's
so
really
good.
good.
He's so
There's
good.
something
He
about
came off
lefty-
yesterday, I think.
There's something about these lefties.
He came off
center backs,
injured,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, these lefties, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
So
they just they got the sauce with the pass, man. Like,
So if you don't, so this weekend, I mean, we could very well lose. You never know. And then if Barca win, then that's one point.
That's 1 point. Damn.
And no, it's not even 1 point
months.
though.
No, Barca
It's-
would
no,
be.
no, it's not
Barca
even
would
1 point.
overtake them.
Yeah, Barca would overtake us with a game in hand, and that game is at Celta. So that's not even a point. I can't
Damn.
guarantee you that
Yeah,
we'll beat
that's not-
Celta.
And
So-
I think that getting eliminated by PSG would be, which I hope, by the way, we play like only our B team. I think that would be like a blessing in disguise because then you
Yeah,
got
looking at
Copa
it
in
now,
May.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas like Madrid will probably go to like the semis at least. So they got another
But-
competition to focus on.
But if Barca win the league or the double, do you see Luis
So-
Enrique staying, or is there
Yeah,
still
no,
discontent
'cause-
among the fans?
I
I
think
think-
it also might be a personal thing. I think Enrique might just be done with the media, be done with the system of pressure. That was part of the reason why Pep left, remember? Because he couldn't really deal
Yeah.
with the pressure. I hope he leaves at the end of the season no matter what, and we get Sampaoli or Sarri.
Yeah,
'Cause
that would
honestly,
actually be the ideal scenario. Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, we're really just wasting. We're trying to see how long Messi can go just
Yeah.
carrying this team. Iniesta, I mean, I love him, but he's getting worn out trying to carry this midfield, and he really
Yeah,
needs
very
to
much
have
so.
a lower responsibility in this team. Honestly, like Lucho, the era. I don't care if we win the freaking treble. He needs to go. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Is it
that's
fair to
the-
say that? Yeah, is it fair to say that it's
Man,
Barcelona's
look at that,
worst
man.
midfield?
That's some big club mentality, man. Unreal.
And I don't care if we win
Yo,
La
I-
Liga. I don't care if we win La Liga or the double or the treble or whatever. Zidane needs to go.
Really?
Oh,
Wow.
damn.
I mean,
Really?
that's
Wow.
why does he deserve to
Damn.
stay?
But who do
He's
you see
lucky.
replacing
Well,
him
he's
if
a-
he
Can't
does
argue
resume?
with the
No, no,
You
no.
can't argue
I
with
do.
the
I can't
results.
argue with the results because he has been lucky. It's the truth. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
It sounds retarded. Or it sounds
Not so much
sounds
the
like I'm an
results,
idiot,
but
right?
I know what you mean in terms of Madrid's style of play. They're not
How
playing
many
as
how many
attractive
games did we win in the last like 5-10 minutes this season? I mean, we started off our season
Yeah.
by beating
How many
Sevilla
games
in the
did
Super
Ramos
Cup
score
in the
in
last
the
like
last
second.
Yeah.
And
How many
then-
games
Yeah,
did
I remember that.
Ramos win?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ramos has scored a good 4 to 5 winners
Ramos
slash
is your
equalizers.
Messi at this point. Ramos is literally your Messi at this point.
Yeah, and I mean it's the worst Barca in God knows how
Ever.
long, and by
Like the worst
Especially in
Barca
midfield.
yeah, it's the worst Barca in
Oh,
God
yeah,
knows how
yeah.
long. And this weekend we could lose the top of the league. So I don't
It's so
understand
crucial,
anyone that actually rates Zidane as a manager. I mean, I don't know what they're watching.
No, we agreed this last broadcast. He's not a good manager. He's a good motivator, but he's not a good manager.
Okay, I can
Yeah.
motivate the squad. I think I can motivate the squad.
Yo, you need to
I
motivate
think it's his
Egypt
reputation,
first.
but yeah, he's got
Bro,
he
I
has
mean,
a lot to learn.
Honestly, what does he do? Honestly, all he does is just suck off the players in the media. That's pretty much all he does to motivate
Yeah,
them.
but but
It's like Ronaldo has a
an
shit
idol
game and
for
he's
all
like,
these
well, he's the best in the world, and he just had a bad game, and then
men.
Pepe has a
Yeah.
shit game. He's like, he just
You know,
sucks
it
the
would be
players
one
off.
thing. It would be one thing saying that, but at least he should at least have a tactical nous about him. To change situations.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the problem, really.
Yeah,
I
I mean-
know Zidane discovered Varane and everything, but he has to start Pepe. I don't even care if he signed with that Chinese club. He has to start Pepe.
I mean, the thing about Zidane, I'm not even asking for a system, right? I'm just asking
Yeah.
for like ABC in-game management, like good substitutions,
Exactly.
good rotations. I'm not asking him for like a Sampaoli system. I'm just asking for like ABC coaching.
Yeah, I mean that's too much because Sampaoli is a
Yeah.
Bielsa disciple, so he's just
Exactly.
crazy. Yeah,
Zidane, I don't know if
yeah.
Zidane reads like 5 Rene Marek tweets a day and calls it a night. Like, I mean, here's the thing about Zidane though. He's got to know his limits because he tried like a 3-5-2 against Sevilla, got eliminated. So I mean, you just got to know the limits of your team, but also your coaching. Don't do something you're not capable of. Do something that will guarantee, the best chance of just normality. Which is why we see the exact same game over and over again. Marcelo crossing to Benzema, Carvalho crossing to Ronaldo.
Bale
It's
crossing.
always-
Yeah, that's
too.
very true. Actually,
exactly. It's so bland, but it's effective. You got to admit.
Because of the quality of player, yeah, the caliber. of
Exactly.
player. That's
Yeah,
it.
no.
And
Yeah,
this is one thing I don't get, right? Why are like all our coach for us 4-4-2 always works?
Yeah.
I mean,
does.
since Ancelotti first introduced it in Real Madrid in when was it? 14-15?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You played your best football ever.
No,
with
no,
that
not
4-4-2.
even. It was 13-14 because we played 4-4-2 at home against Bayern, right?
Oh right.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you also
Did
you
you?
also
Yeah.
won the
That-
Copa del Rey switching to 4-4.
Yeah, every single big game we play 4-4-2 and we win. That's a
Yeah.
fact,
Yeah.
pretty much. I don't think we've ever lost a game with 4-4-2, and managers just keep going back to the 4-3-3. But I
I'm
mean, that's
assuming
because
that was
of
during
the
the
BBC.
winning streak, wasn't it? During the winning streak, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's
They played
because
that
of the
formation,
BBC, right? Because
But then
of,
again, honestly though, you could almost just argue formation's irrelevant because 4-3-3. You just won how many games with 4-3-3?
Yeah.
yeah,
over-
but again, look at the performance. That's what I'm talking about. Performances.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily talking about results, right?
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Because I mean, look at Rafa, for example. When Rafa first came, right, he was undefeated for God knows how long, and he didn't concede a goal until Barca came to the Bernabeu for that Clasico,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, you could almost see it coming.
But
yeah,
but
in a sense, yeah.
go back to my tweets. I was telling you, we were very lucky. Navas was pretty much our
Yeah.
defense at the time. We were
Yeah,
shit.
you were
defensively.
stressing that like nearly every week.
Yeah, and then the
true.
and then the exposure came and it was ugly 4-0, and then
They
Rafa
need
was
to
gone.
replace
And-
Navas at
That
this
Clasico,
point.
yeah.
That's one of the.
Yo,
that's one of their
remember when
starters
y'all
that they need
scored
to
10?
replace, honestly.
And then we scored
Yo,
10-2, and
against,
everyone
like-
was like, "Yeah, Rafa is not a
against, like,
defensive
Rafa,
player."
Rafa's the man, bro. Y'all scored 10. God damn.
Wasn't that against like Paco Jimenez?
Rayo,
Yeah.
Rayo. Where's
Rayo,
Paco right
Paco.
now?
Paco
Yo,
Jimenez,
Abdul,
man.
he's in Mexico. He's in
Yeah.
Mexico.
Paco is
Abdul, where do you see Madrid finishing? Where do y'all see Madrid finishing? So,
no.
like,
Honestly, I
first-
refuse to believe that we're gonna bottle the league. So I'll say we'll still
Yeah,
win.
me too.
Yeah, I'll say champions, but just about like maybe with a
Yeah,
2
I
point.
think one of MSN is gonna get a long-term injury, and basically just like that's it for the league.
I know how you feel right now because we had the same feeling last year when you guys lost like 3-4 games in a row.
Yeah,
Remember?
exactly.
And I was
We,
like,
lost to
wow, like
Valencia.
can we
Yeah.
actually win the league? I was like, shit, but this is good.
Nah,
This
I
is
don't
like,
think we can win the league personally.
yeah, it's too good to be true, but
Yeah, it is too good. And Modric will finally get his league title probably.
Yeah, the Modric
But would you say?
haters.
Yeah, would you say the league is more
Yeah.
important for Real Madrid rather than defending
no,
the Champions?
I'll always
Yeah,
take
I
a
would-
Champions League
I mean-
over a league.
Of course. I
I'm
mean,
not
I would
too sure.
too, but really?
No,
I mean, I definitely
okay.
would.
Normally, I mean, normal thing to say is much better, and we all know that it's a fact. But given that Real Madrid haven't won the league since 2012, I mean,
Actually, though, but then again, this is different though because it's back-to-back Champions Leagues. If they can do that,
Exactly.
Yeah,
take
there's
that
history
over,
on the
they
line.
take
so yeah,
they take
yeah.
that over a title any day.
Yeah, if you look at it in that
Exactly.
sense,
First time
then
since
probably,
the
yeah.
80s.
Yeah.
First time since the 80s that a team goes back. Take that opportunity to go back to back.
Even if it wasn't back to back, I would still take a Champions League over
Yeah.
Me
a
too.
league.
Yeah,
True.
La duodecima.
I remember Buffon. He actually was quoted saying like a Champions League. He's never won it, so but
Yeah.
he says that the Champions League is worth 3 scudettos. Like that's what he said.
Honestly, it's worth like 20 because Juve won the league every year, anyways.
Yeah,
it's probably
that's
worth
true.
more than 3 Scudettos. Yeah,
Yeah.
Probably like 10. Like,
maybe 5,
Um,
6 at least.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like most of these Juve players would give up like 3-4 Scudettos for a Champions League.
Yeah, because
I know
they can
that-
always win it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
So,
yes.
You know,
Well, I
just
think we
quickly
need,
touching on the Europa
oh.
League, just a question. Who do you
Okay.
think is going to win it, and who do you think is the favorite? So, like 2 answers, basically.
favorite United.
United.
Roma. I hope Roma wins it. Totti, leaving on a Europa League. That's pretty good. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say Roma because I like their defensive setup, and I think Roma will win it.
Yeah, they play some really good football. I think
They
Roma
do.
are the favorites as well, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, over United.
Yeah,
Wow.
because United have too much to focus on as well.
That
Man,
is
I'm just
true.
gonna be real, man. I don't care for Europa League, but damn.
I wouldn't.
I actually don't give a
honestly.
fuck. It's that fucked. Like but honestly, I would say United because they have Ibra. They have.
I think that's
we
a
have
problem.
United
Martial.
have a higher chance. Of
Having Ibra is a
top
problem
four
in
or
Europe.
Europa League, yeah.
Nah, but this is the Europa
Although it's
League,
not the
man.
Champions League.
It
It's
ain't
not
the
the Champions League. So,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And like the highest caliber of team we could face is what?
Roma.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Then
think
would
Roma
say-
are
I
a
would
better.
say Lyon
always-
after
we-
that.
we've always
Lyon have
beaten
been really
Roma.
impressive. Lyon, I think,
Oh,
probably
Lyon
be a
would
shout
be a
to
tough
third.
team.
Who
Yeah.
else? Who is qualified? Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Uh,
actually Lyon have put in.
Yeah, Lyon put Anderlecht.
Lyon
I mean,
have put
AZ
in.
Alkmaar, I should say. Yeah, they beat them
Even though they're
7-1.
even though they're in Europa, Lyon put in some really underrated Champions League performances this year.
They
What's his name is
Yeah.
going to Juventus next year? Tolisso.
Tolisso,
Yeah,
yeah.
Corentin Tolisso.
Yeah, that'll be a great move for both parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juventus are the future. Like they're gonna be an elite club with Barca, Madrid. I think they might surpass Bayern over the next few years.
Exactly. That
I
logo
think they
change.
might
That
split.
logo change was
Yeah.
for the better, man. I'm telling you, like.
Yo, they might surpass Barca the way things are
Yeah,
going.
I wouldn't. I'm not so too sure about Bayern because Bayern always have that. They're well-run club. They're excellent.
Yeah, but
run.
Bayern weren't like that a
Nah,
few
but-
years back though. Like if you look before
Yeah.
they got Robin,
Yeah.
they weren't the same club they are today.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
Bayern are going to struggle to replace both because who do they have? Like Coman, Costa, really not that good.
Yeah.
They need to replace some key.
They actually need
players.
Hazard. They should be going for
They
Hazard.
do. They do need Hazard. I
Yeah,
think
and then there's the
Madrid need
issue with
Hazard
replacing
too.
Lam as well, who will retire. Alonso will retire, and
Yep.
Robin will go. So there's a lot of issues for them
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Lee was
I
is
think,
aging. He's 29 now.
Who? Lewa?
Lee- yeah,
Yeah, Lewandowski. Yeah.
Lewa is 28, maybe, which is crazy because he's considered one of the younger players on Madrid. I mean, on Bayern.
And
Yeah.
Boateng is aging, Fafi's aging. They're
Vidal,
all
arguably, yeah.
Vidal is aging. Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
old. Wow.
It's a very
A lot of players are
Yeah,
aging.
it's
It
an
doesn't.
old
It's
squad.
all about what you do now, though. Look at Juventus.
Yeah.
They're just as.
that
I
is
mean, I
true.
wouldn't be surprised, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if Bayern Munich, sometime in the future, do want Klopp as manager or Tuchel as manager. You know, someone to build
oh
for the
yeah.
longer run.
Here's what I think happens next season. Allegri goes to England. I don't know where. Sampaoli probably goes to Barca. Wenger probably. I don't know. Does Wenger
Retires.
stay? He's not
I think
retiring.
France-
Wenger's not retiring. No, why would France just kick
Where
out
does he
the
go
shops
then?
that
If
quick
he
like
leaves-
that?
Yeah, I can't see him yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
Wenger.
not too sure about Wenger, to be fair.
I don't
He'll
know.
probably
Yeah.
stay.
If Allegri leaves, I think Sarri takes the Juventus job. I think that's
No,
what
I
happens there.
don't think so.
I
I
think,
think
it might
Juventus, they like different managers. I don't think Sarri's a Juventus manager.
Yeah.
He's different.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
wouldn't be good for the Napoli fans.
I was actually
I
talking
don't
to
know.
UVFC.com about this today. I think that if Allegri goes, I think they'll get Spalletti. Sousa probably the next option. But I don't see
Spalletti.
them
Okay.
getting Spalletti. I don't even
How
rate
good
him
is
that
Spalletti?
much, but he's Italian and he's a good defensive
Yeah.
manager.
That is true, yeah.
So that's why I think
Mhm.
he'll. Who would they get instead?
I don't know. I think it depends. I just know that they will hire. They'll probably hire a coach. In
You know
Serie A,
what? You know
another
what?
one.
I think this might sound a bit crazy, but if Allegri's, because I don't think Allegri will leave this summer. I think he'll stay for another year, right? I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think that you. I think Tosin, you told me about this. I think they might get Pep.
What?
No, that's
I think
How?
Pep might go to Italy. I think Pep might go to Italy
How?
after.
No, not anytime soon. I
Not-
don't think.
Not
It
anytime
gives off the
soon,
impression that he wants
bro.
to stay at City.
Nah,
But
I think
for at least
honestly, Pep at City is gonna be for like 6-7 years, bro.
Nah, I disagree.
not
I
that long.
completely
Bro,
disagree.
Bro.
but guaranteed
Four.
3 seasons at least. 3.
No,
Four
no,
max,
not-
trust me.
4 at least.
No, 6-7, bro. He has a project there, man.
But obviously, it
Yeah,
depends
he
on the
does,
success.
bro.
You know, the
I
steps
think
they
I
make.
think Pep doesn't stay more than 4 years at City.
Yeah, I would say.
Okay,
maybe 3.
I will say this: his tenure at City will be longer than Bayern, than his tenure at Bayern and Barca.
Yeah, no,
which were
I
both
think
3
Yeah,
years.
I-
He isn't a
Yeah.
career coach, you know. He can be like a writer or even like an international manager. I mean, he's got a lot more besides. He could even be president of like Bayern, dude. He's so complete, just as a man, honestly. So I don't know if he stays.
Look at you,
at
man,
City
crushing
for-
over
Why are-
Pep.
why are
Man.
Barca
Dude, I'm
fans-
just saying, like,
Look, you're crushing
bro,
over
Barca
him,
fans-
man. Jesus.
I am a Guardiola fanboy. I shamelessly admit that, but you got to respect what he just did on Tuesday against Monaco.
I mean, Barca fans. I mean, they worship.
Man, y'all would suck this dude's
No, I
dick,
mean,
man. Damn.
I agree, dude.
I mean,
And especially at the point of criticizing Enrique, just at just saying, "Oh, Pep was so much better." I mean, he definitely was, but I mean, respect what Enrique did as a player and as a coach. But he has to go.
Yeah, fair enough.
100%. Yeah.
So on that note, yeah, that's another episode for the
Yeah.
podcast.
Great job.
Yeah.
I think next podcast, do y'all want to talk? Because Abdul brought this up. He wanted to talk Arsenal Invincibles.
Yeah, we can do
Yeah,
that,
let's try to
definitely.
talk.
Yeah.
What games are on this weekend? Like,
The main one I would
Liverpool.
say is Inter Roma.
Oh, that's
No, you got
Yeah,
Barca,
that's gonna be
Atleti,
good.
and
Yeah, in the
Madrid,
league you've got
Villarreal.
in the
Barca
league you've got
Atleti.
2.
Oh yeah,
Barca
we got some
Atleti.
good Barca games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty damn good. I know. you
Barca,
got some
Atleti
good,
play before Madrid, Villarreal, right?
like,
See, then it's Madrid,
I
Villarreal.
think maybe you got. I mean, Southampton, Arsenal. Arsenal always crush. Always.
Shit, I mean, if Barca beat Atleti, oh my god, that game is gonna be that Madrid Villarreal game is gonna be fucking like that's the league
Yeah, it
title
sets
right
it up
there.
nicely.
Yo, Napoli Atalanta
Yeah.
would be good too. Because
Yeah.
Atalanta's got a good
Yeah.
like young score. You got the final, of course, and Atletico
Yeah, the League Cup
Barca. That's
final,
a good
yeah.
weekend.
League
Especially
Cup
after that
final, yeah,
terrible-
United. play.
Villarreal, Madrid. That's gonna be good.
Oh man, I think Mkhitaryan might miss out. But honestly,
And
though,
Carrick too.
Yeah, they're both
but-
injured apparently. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
honestly though, Mourinho in these these banter cup finals, he never loses them.
Banter
So-
Cup final.
Yeah, I
It
probably
low-key
see them
is.
No one gives
Edging
a
it like
shit
2-1.
about it. It's the League Cup. Like he doesn't lose the
It's the
League
League
Cup
Cup,
final.
son.
Like
United are gonna win a treble. The United fans are talking about a treble.
yo, we about to win that budget treble though. Like
No, I don't see it. I
League
think it's
Cup,
probably going to be that.
FA Cup, International Champions Cup.
fuck out of here. But yeah. All right, man. Yo, I gotta start heading out.
Same.
So yeah, man.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
has
it's
been
been
another
real.
episode of the podcast, and we hope you enjoyed this past couple. I'm just fucking rambling. Let's just end this shit. Yo, all right, yo, yeah.
Yo, I'm
Peace,
out.
y'all. Yeah, peace.
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 God bless.